Okay, this is a video on differentiation. I've called it Differentiation 9 because I have an accompanying worksheet, Differentiation 9. And what we're going to be looking at is essentially how we can use differentiation to find the turning point of a curve and decide whether it's a maximum or a minimum. So here is our curve, y is equal to x squared plus 6x plus 3. And we're asked to work out dy dx. Now dy dx is actually probably the easiest part of this. From my other videos, hopefully you can see that x squared becomes 2x, and the 6x becomes 6, and the 3, that's just the flat part of the function and has no gradient, so that disappears. Now we're asked to solve for dy dx is equal to 0. So let me just do that again. Y is equal to x squared plus 6x plus 3. We have differentiated to get 2x plus 6. And now we're being asked to put that equal to 0. So don't forget dy dx represents the gradient of the curve. So what we're saying is what part of the curve, what x value will give us a gradient of 0. So up to here. Subtract 6 from both sides, divide by 2, and we can see that when x is negative 3, the gradient will be 0. And in fact, we're being asked to work out the coordinates of our turning point. So we've just worked out that when x is negative 3, we have a turning point, i.e. dy dx is equal to 0. So we want to find the corresponding y value. So we're going to put that into our original curve, because that's the curve that relates x and y. So if we put a particular x value in, we will get a y value out. Okay, and negative 3 squared is 9, minus 18 plus 3. That's minus 9 plus 3, negative 6. So y is equal to negative 6. So our coordinates of the turning point are at negative 3, negative 6. Okay, and here we have the curve. So this is our curve. This is what we've been working with. And we see that it's a U-shaped curve. That's because x squared is positive. And it has a place where it turns, and it turns there, and at that place there, dy dx is equal to 0. And in fact, we have found out the coordinates of that. If you remember, those coordinates were x is negative 3 and y is negative 6. That's negative 6 there, so that's negative 3, and that's the negative 6 there. So the coordinates of that turning point are negative 3, negative 6. We're asked to decide whether the turning is a maximum or minimum. Well, can you see that as we go from left to right, the height of the curve goes down and down and down and down and down until it reaches a minimum point, and then it starts to rise again. The y values get bigger. So this is in fact a minimum point. So our turning point which is there, is a minimum point. We've been asked to write down what the maximum or minimum value is. Well, the minimum value of y, so the minimum value of y is the y coordinate. And so that smallest value of y, that minimum value of y, which occurred at the turning point, is y is equal to negative 6. So the minimum value is negative 6.